What's good, y'all? It's me, Chris, back here with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the Emmys, the television show Pose, and the trans women that star on it. But before we get into that, if you like, you can go ahead and follow me on my other social media platforms. Here's my Twitter and my Instagram. And while you are here, you can check out some of the recent videos that I just posted. So about 2 weeks ago, I posted a video just talking about trending hot topics, including the passing of Naya Rivera, as well as I made a video talking about how y'all don't get paid enough to defend Beyonce when it comes to any criticism that she faces, as well as I made a video talking about the safety of queer men in barbershops. So y'all go ahead and check those out. They were a lot of fun to make. I just want to share with y'all before we get into today's discussion a moment of insecurity, if you will. I've already shared this with my Twitter fam, so they're very aware, but I shared a tweet that I haven't posted on YouTube in 2 weeks because of my lack of views. Has me feeling really insecure. Has me feel like has me feeling like people don't want to listen to what I have to say. And really, the reason why I posted the tweet was because I needed a hug. Like, you need affection sometimes. You need a reminder. Sometimes you need validation. I'm a firm believer that confidence just does not stem 100% from self. Like, you need external factors to boost your confidence and how you feel about yourself. And that's kind of what I needed. And that's exactly what I got from my Twitter fam. It was so affirming. They just reminded me that, the reasons that I started this channel was to build community and to connect with people. It wasn't for views. Would I like the views to come? Yes. Will the views come? Yes. But I was just getting too caught up in my head and comparing my start to people's like middles and ends, and not just like staying focused on my lane. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. My bad if I was absent off of here for a little bit, but it just had me. The views on my channel just was creating a little bit of like self doubt. I'm sure a lot of that came from the fact that I did insecure reviews. That's how a lot of y'all found my channel, and those views, they go. You get views for doing weekly reviews of television shows. So I may just also just be dealing with how to transition out of the getting so much traffic when Insecure was airing into now creating like my own lane where people are invested into what I have to say versus a television show. So I'm just working on that. Y'all bear with me. I still love doing YouTube, but shit, I got a camera a few months ago. This is very much something that I like doing, but from time to time, I think I just get caught up in the numbers and the politics of it all, and I have to remind myself like why I even started this YouTube channel from the jump. So I just want to share that with y'all. Maybe somebody else can relate to it. I got a lot of great feedback, a lot of reaffirming messages from all my Twitter mutuals. So I thank y'all so much who do watch these videos, who are Twitter fan with me as well. I know not all of y'all have Twitter or follow me on other social media platforms, but I do thank anyone who shared encouraging words with me yesterday to keep me motivated, to keep me going, because we in this. We in this, okay? So let's talk about the Emmys now. So yesterday, the Emmy Award nominations were announced via a live stream. Leslie Jones, Laverne Cox, and Josh Gad announced them. I usually don't pay attention to live streams. I just wait till afterwards because it's nothing exciting for me. It's very few times in which there's like a moment in which you watch announcements. So I just wait for articles and publications to come out with the full list and completion. So if any of y'all don't know, like Emmys are is like the highest regard of award for television production. So we know that there are Image Award, BET Awards, MTV Awards. There's even the Golden Globe, which is hold closely in second place to the Emmy. But like for actors who are working in the television space, or not just actors, creators, period, that are working in the television space, you are looking towards being recognized by the Academy of the Emmy because it's seen as the highest regard currently right now in the television industry. So, before we even get into like the nominations, I just want to talk about like my feelings on award shows in general. Like, I used to love them so much. I've always been a fan of MTV Movie Awards. The Oscars I love because when I was a teenager, I was studying film and acting. So it was, I think like the first Oscars I had watched was when Jamie won for Ray, and I just saw it as like so much opportunity. seeing this black man be positioned in this space, and it was something that I really wanted to strive for when I was younger and a teenager. So I have a lot of space for award shows, but I kind of have fallen off now because they're just so long. They're not as engaging. A lot of corniness that goes on. So now at this point, I just watch like the clips of my favorite winners and performances. I am no longer really invested in sitting down and watching award shows. Except for like the Grammys, BET, and MTV awards, because those awards are heavy on the performances. So I love to see my girls gag all the gays in the audience. So also another thing with award shows, they just are very racist, homophobic, and ridiculously political. So I don't want to be heavily invested into seeing my faves be disappointed every time, or me being disappointed every single time my faves don't win, because awards in reality don't mean anything. In the context of this industry and this field, they do, but as far as outside of it, they don't. So I don't invest in awards. But I was really excited this year. A lot of black people were nominated. So I'm going through the noms and I see all these black people not nominated in the acting categories. My girls, Issa and Yvonne Orji, they got acting nominations for Insecure. Y'all know that that was probably that was probably like the best season of Insecure this past season. So shout out to them. I love them so much. I love that show, and it's also surreal to think that Issa started here on YouTube, and now she's like collecting trophies, getting so many opportunities, creating spaces for new creators to come in and do their thing. We love to see it. This is exactly what I want for Issa, and I'm so happy. They got multiple awards, not just some technician awards. They got nominated also for best comedy series. The music supervisor got nominated for his choices in the music production. Lots of nominations. I'm going into a whole thing about Insecure because I love that show so much. So I'm just really happy to see Issa and Yvonne. Regina King got nominated for Watchmen. Phenomenal show. I love seeing black women be leads, be vulnerable. I love seeing them in all different aspects of storytelling. Like, put more black women in different avenues in which they are to be seen, because they're people in general, but especially black women, are so multifaceted and so complex. And this was just a great role for Regina King to do that. We had Sterling K. Brown nominated for Jeremy Pope. Sterling K. Brown nominated for This Is Us. We had Jeremy Pope, which is the breakout star from the Hollywood Ryan Murphy's Netflix series. He was nominated as well. My girl Zendaya, she was the only one nominated for acting from Euphoria, but she got her first nomination for acting, so big ups to Zendaya for that. She really did take a risk doing this role, and she also did it like in between filming like the Spider-Man movie, so it also was like tight scheduling, so props to her. My girl Tracy Ellis Ross got nominated for Blackish. Hate that show, but love Tracy Ellis Ross. A numerous amount of black actors got nominated. Like, the list can go on. But I was so happy to see so many melanated people, right? So I'm scrolling. Okay. I get down to the acting categories in drama, because I'm looking for pose, clearly, right? So I'm looking outstanding drama in the outstanding actor in a drama. I'm like, okay, Billy Porter for sure. Let me scroll down. I was scrolling down, outstanding dramatic actress. I don't see anybody from Pose. It's okay. It's an ensemble cast. Sometimes you got to put actors in supporting categories to get them nominated, just because some categories are really crowded. So I'm like, maybe they're supporting. So I'll scroll over, scroll down, scroll. Supporting actress. I see black people. Okay, Samira Wiley from Handmaid's Tale. Okay, Tandy Newton from Westworld. I don't watch those shows, but I am a fan of Samira Wiley from Orange Is the New Black, and I love Tandy Newton. I've seen her in numerous movies. So that's okay. We got niggers here. I don't see nobody from Pose though. So last chance. Let me scroll down to the outstanding guest actress. Let me just see. Cause I don't have a lot of hope at this point. And a bunch of black women, lovely, but there's nobody from Pose. Not a single actress from Pose got nominated again. Again, we did this last year. We did this last year, and the annoyance about this is that I did not like the amount of attention that they gave to cis and white people in season one, and they fixed that so much in season two. The show was ran by trans women. The show was ran by trans women. Like we're talking about MJ, who is the heart of the show. She is the backbone of the show. MJ Rodriguez plays Blanca. We're talking about India Moore, who goes by they. I just want to remind y'all that India Moore goes by they, them pronouns. They bring such a lightness to the show. They're so eager in their performance, and I love their great cry. They have such an ugly cry. Like Viola Davis blows snot bubbles and she gets an Oscar. Like, why could India Moore be nominated for something? I don't understand. And this is where we get into the trickiness. This is where we get to more polarizing opinions. Dominique Jackson, who plays Electra on Pose. I know for season one it was very cringy, and I know that they really wanted to get trans people to play these roles, so they had to take a little bit of a risk in finding people who are not as experienced. But I do think season two, she really got a chance to like breathe in her role, be more vulnerable. We got to see more complexities of her. There was that amazing like femme fatale episode where she had to meet up with Angelica Ross's character Candy and meet up with somebody who get rid of bodies on the side. That episode was phenomenal. And that's how they get nominated, is per episodes anyway. So I do think that Dominique could have squeezed in here. I could have seen it be justified. And we can't talk about Angelica Ross, who played Candy. Phenomenal. Her presence was felt all throughout the season. And yet no one was nominated for why? The trans women on Pose run that show, and somehow the man gets the only acting nomination. Yikes. And I feel bad for Billy Porter because he is such a lovely man. That man is talented. He's very captivating. He's so honest when he speaks. Like, he is full of experience and deserves very much to get the praise and accolades that are directed towards him. But unfortunately, what this does for me is it just highlights the hierarchy in which the priority of representation is. It's right now it's cis first. It shouldn't be, but right now it is cis first. And it doesn't have to be like that. There's room for all of us to be represented and seen all at the same time. I'm really hoping that these type of conversations help people come to the realization that trans people are a priority, that trans people deserve representation and validation and the acknowledgments and the accolades. Like, they deserve to have their stories be told and told by them. To me, this is starting to feel like erasure. It's starting to feel like a silencing of trans voices. And it's just so limiting in how trans people can succeed in this industry. And I don't like it. It's so weird that cis men keep getting acting nominations for playing trans women, but trans women and trans people can't even get nominated when they're playing themselves. I want to talk about Laverne Cox getting a nomination over any of the trans people on Pose. And before I dig in, I just want to say that I love Laverne Cox. I think that she is such a trailblazer in legitimizing herself as an actress in this industry, and she succeeded at that. She's phenomenal, very worthy of any nominations that she's got from Orange is the New Black. The OG Laverne Cox fans know her from way back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember on MTV, there was this reality TV show called Making It an Assistant. It was in the same vein as Making the Band, done by P. Diddy, and it had a bunch of like aspiring assistants run around the town doing dumb shit, and Laverne Cox was a contestant on that show. Shout out to MTV back in the day. MTV used to run my television. But as far as I'm concerned, as this nomination goes, I believe this is now her fourth nomination for this role. It's uninspiring. It's not fresh. It just seems like a scapegoat at this point. it really just feels like the bare minimum, and it's not enough. Like, it's not enough. Also, I feel in the same vein as Billy Porter. I feel bad that Billy Porter and Laverne Cox's names have to come up in these conversations because they're two talented black queer people who are worthy of the praise and accolades. But unfortunately, we're just not making room for other black trans people to transcend and to succeed and excel and be validated in this industry that is Hollywood. Um, and it's not so much about the award as it's just really about how much do we really value trans lives. Like, how much does it matter for them to have validation and a seat at the table with the rest of us? Because when we talk about LGBT, that T gets left off so many times. It is not enough for my gay ass to represent the rest of queer people. We are vast, we're complex, we're multifaceted, we come in so many different experiences, and we need trans people to be seen. We need their experiences to be heard. So for me, this is really just comes down to much to how much are we amplifying trans voices and trans visibility. I also want to get up here and say that me talking about trans people is this is the bare minimum. Please, please, this is what all cis people should be doing is sharing trans people's experiences and telling their stories or letting them tell their stories but sharing their plight. This is the least that I can be doing as somebody who is a part of the LGBT community, as somebody who I would like to see myself as being a brother to trans people. So really, all of this is just comes down to a lack of consideration, and it just highlights how much we still have to go for trans people to be recognized for their work in this industry. I would love to hear all y'all thoughts down below. Please be respectful, no transphobia in these comments, because I ain't with it. I'm not. Please give this video a thumbs up. I love y'all so much. Thank you for any support that y'all have given to me in the past few weeks, in the past months, years, since y'all have since you know me. I appreciate it so much. Subscribe to the Crispy Known family, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.